Greetings, everybody. Right back at you here at Railroad Nail Boxing Talk. And like we say here at Railroad Nail Boxing Talk, we don't just praise fighters with pretty records. We praise all fighters who get in the ring and fight hard. You could be 22-3, 38-7, or 13-10. If you out there knocking sweat off somebody's head, making the crowd want to come see you again, then your light will shine here at Railroad Nail Boxing Talk. What's up, boxing fans? Tszyu versus Brian Mendoza. Let's talk about it. I want to say, first of all, that Brian Mendoza is a very tough fighter, but he wasn't tough enough, because Tszyu is tough. Tszyu is sharp. Tszyu is patient. And this is how Tszyu got the victory. Now, the fight started off with Brian Mendoza using angles in the early round. He was pot-shotting. He was using angles and combinations, but Tim kept his posture. He kept coming forward. Tim moved with confidence in his posture. And whenever he was hit, he never was off balance, so he absorbed them punches very well. I mean, to me, Tszyu shocked me, because I think I seen him a little off balance in the other fights, even though he won them. But this fight, he looked sharper. He looked stronger, and he looked like he had more confidence. I guess when you keep winning by knockout over and over, it gives you confidence because it showed. And no knock to Brian Mendoza, because he came to fight. He fought. And in the post-conference, he looked like he was satisfied with his performance. And that's I was too. I seen that Tim was just a stronger fighter. He was the more sharp fighter. And Tim placed his punches very well. I mean, he didn't waste a lot of punches last night. He was in between punches. He was hurting Mendoza when he needed to. He hurt him in the later rounds when he needed to, when it counted. He watched his opponent get weaker in the movement. He attacked. It was a perfect performance by Tszyu. I can say that. I didn't know, because I knew both of these guys wanted to win. I knew both of these guys was coming off knockouts. And I felt like it was going to be a good fight. Now, I expected more action. I did expect more action. But I think Tim knew not to open up. I think he knew the only way Mendoza could eat is if he opened up and started swinging wildly, and he didn't. And Mendoza fought the best fight he could, to me, to try to affect Tim. He hit Tim with a lot of punches, but at the end of the fight, I didn't see a scratch on Tim's face. I didn't see a scratch on his face. Looked like he wasn't even sweating that hard. And Mendoza was real cut up. He was breathing hard, and he was moving a whole lot, trying to avoid them straight shots, them uppercuts, them body punches. I mean, Tim was sharp. He was sharp. He gonna be trouble for anybody right now. He gonna be trouble because he drinking in confidence, and I don't know who they got next for Tim, but I don't see him beating Crawford. I just don't. But I would like to see that fight. I ain't too much of a fan of seeing Charlo right now. I ain't trying to knock Charlo. I ain't saying he don't belong, but as far as me personally, I don't know how Charlo will come out and perform. And right now, with the last performance Charlo had, I don't know if he could beat Tszyu. I'm going to leave that alone, because I'm so disappointed with Charlo's performance, I just might be biased, rather than looking at it from a competition point of view. And I might be wrong, being so disappointed with Charlo's last performance. So I may give a biased response right now. But it's a lot of other 54-pounders. You got Erickson Lubin, who just won a fight. Could Tszyu possibly come up and face Erickson Lubin? Could Brian Mendoza possibly come up and... I mean, Brian Mendoza lost the fight, but he didn't lose like you don't want to see him again. Brian Mendoza fought. So I would like to see Brian Mendoza against a lot of these guys too. But due to the fact that Tim won, I would like to see Tszyu against either Jesus Ramos or Erickson Lubin. These are the top two guys to me that's coming up in 54 that could possibly give Tszyu a problem. Now, Terrence Crawford is moving up to 54, but I don't know what Terrence Crawford's future plans are. You know, he's saying he may want to fight with Canelo, which I feel like he may not need, but it'll be a good fight. As far as competition-wise, yeah, I would like to see that fight. But if you're asking me, I would like to see Tszyu versus Terrence Crawford. I would like to see Brian Mendoza versus Erickson Lubin. He already fought Jesus Ramos and lost against Jesus Ramos. That rematch wouldn't be bad. So all these guys at 54 is a good division. It's a good division. I would like to see all these guys mix it up, but I think it's a no-brainer. I think the winner of Terrence Crawford in an Errol Spence rematch should face Tszyu, because Tszyu looked good. To me, that's the best he looked out of all of the wins that he's had, because, you know, you couldn't tell against Tony Harrison, because Tony Harrison fought a fight that nobody ever seen him fight. He took the same punch 5 times in a row with the same hand. I don't know who that was, but I can't blame Tszyu. I got to blame Tony Harrison for that. Terrell Gausha fought him, dropped him. To me, that was his hardest fight. Terrell Gausha. Terrell Gausha is the only man that done dropped Tszyu from what I've seen. And the fight after Terrell Gausha fought Tszyu, they put him on the card under the card. I did a show on it. Check it out. It's like it's all mixed up. Like if Tszyu getting praised for beating Terrell Gausha, how you put Terrell Gausha on the card under the card on his next fight? You're making him look like a nobody when he dropped Tszyu. He did better than Brian Mendoza. He did better than Tony Harrison. The math is wrong. Terrell Gausha seems like to me he's the next best guy in line. Nobody done competed against Tszyu like Terrell Gausha. Not Tony Harrison. Now Brian Mendoza did good, but he didn't come close to dropping Tszyu. He didn't come close to dropping Tszyu and making it look like Tszyu had to climb an uphill battle. Terrell Gausha did. Well, we can't leave Terrell Gausha out of this conversation. Who can beat Terrell Gausha? Can some of these guys beat Gausha? Can Brian Mendoza beat Gausha? Can Erickson Lubin have beat Gausha? So I guess Erickson Lubin is the next man in line. So let's see what happens, boxing fans. And that's how we see it here at Railroad Nail Boxing Talk. I don't want to keep it too long because you don't know me that well, but you will. And like we say here at Railroad Nail Boxing Talk, we don't just praise fighters with pretty records. We praise all fighters who get in the ring and fight hard. You can be 51-9, 180, or 26-10. If you out there knocking sweat off somebody's head, making the crowd want to come see you again, then your light will shine here at Railroad Nail Boxing Talk.